Welcome back to another video. My name is Evan Olbricht, and today I'm talking about how to price your photography and videography in 2025. And this is one of the most important things as a creative that I can talk about because it will really change your business. So let's get right into it. So this has changed my business. First off, knowing your numbers. So know what each cost of everything that you has is and take that into an hourly basis to see how much you're actually making per shoot. So let's say right now I'm filming on my Canon R5, have my microphone on here, DJI Mic Mini. I'll have a monitor right here, have a light right here. All of this stuff costs money. So let's say if I'm charging an hour $100 and I'm like, oh man, I'm making $100 easy, but I don't even think about how much this stuff costs. Like my gear is worth so much more than $100 an hour. So you have to take all of that into consideration. This can even be Lightroom, different subscriptions that you have for photography, videography, or editing platforms, computers, travel costs, insurance costs for all of this. All of this stuff really adds up. So it's really important to know your numbers and figure out how much you're actually making as a photographer. That is my first thing. Pretty quick, but definitely break it down hourly to see how much you're making per shoot, depending on how much your stuff actually costs. Second thing is consider your value, not just your time. So a lot of photographers say, hey, I'm doing it for $20 for a photo. And you know, that just feels like a good price for me. Even though you've been shooting for 20 plus years, you have some of the best photos around, you're totally underpricing yourself because the people that are paying are just paying for the photos. They're not paying for all of the skills that you've accumulated, your editing process, everything that you've learned throughout the years of shooting, photo or video and all of that. So you're not actually pricing yourself right because you're not taking in your value. So this is crazy important because so many people undervalue themselves. This is what I did, and I still undervalue myself a little bit because I don't have 20 years of experience in certain fields. So if I'm gonna do a brand shoot, I don't have a ton of brand experience yet in videography. I have mostly photo experience. So maybe if I'm doing a video shoot, I'm gonna price myself at a lot lower just so that I can gain that experience. And then once I have experience, I can develop a portfolio. That's where your portfolio comes in, client work, case studies. That's how you showcase your value to your clients. And that's how you can justify paying a lot for certain people. When you've seen them do amazing work, that's how you get the value from that, and that's how you raise your price. So one thing I really like asking is, what would it cost for them not to hire me? So if I'm working for a client, let's say, and they don't hire me, what are they gonna have to pay to get the work quality that I'm gonna give them? That is really important as well because maybe they hire someone else, but it takes them 2 photographers to get the same quality of work as you. So think about that as well, and that is really important. All right, the third thing I wanna talk about is making strategic packages with your work. So this is something that I recently started doing, and here's an example of this. So you'd have a starter package, which would be, let's say, a 30-minute shoot plus 10 fully edited photos. You could have a standard package, which is a 1 to 2 hour shoot and 20 edits. So 20 edited photos, and then a pro shoot, which would be a half-day shoot, photos and videos, and then full usage rights. It can be raw photos, it can be full photos, and just having these different packages can really level up your photography because let's say someone's just looking for a quick shoot. All right, you go with the starter one. You don't really care that much, but brands are probably looking at the top one. So they're looking at the full day or the half day shoot. So this is really important to kind of give yourself this too, because what does that half day shoot also get you? So it's gonna get you the photo edits from that, video edits. It's gonna get you actually content that's made, so full reels, full videos that are fully made, where these starter shoots are just gonna be, hey, here's some photos, here's like 10 photos or 5 photos, where you're not gonna get that much value from that, where you wanna make these better bundles seem like they have so much more value, because they really do, but you wanna make it seem like it has way more, just so that people are more enticed to do these better packages. So you should add more and more to each package. So for my top package would be a half day shoot. You get 20 to 30 photos, you get 5 to 10 videos, fully edited, and then I can also make reels and all of that as well, depending on what they want, and actually customize their package even further to do add-ons, talk about full usage rights, and all of that as well. So definitely be thinking about that with your photography or videography work. Think about how companies want to pay you, or maybe it's just people that are looking to pay you, how you price maybe singles versus groups, how you price maybe shorter sessions versus longer sessions, and all of that as well. I think that is super important, and always include deliverables in that, your time frames and usage rights. And you can always add upsells as well, like different drone footage like I do, reels and all of that as well. Next day delivery, there's stuff like that where you can really get fun and be creative with it. All right, the fourth thing that I want to talk about, which seems pretty obvious, but a lot of photographers and videographers don't do this, is research the market before you price your work. So I would look at a bunch of surf photographers by me and I'd be like, hey, maybe this photographer is charging $300 an hour, but I have a better camera, I have better quality. I also have a GoPro on top of my housing, so I'm also getting video with that. So maybe I'll put a package together and charge $450 for that. And it's obviously gonna be more expensive for mine, but I'm providing more value as well. Or you can kind of do the same thing where someone's providing $300 for a certain shoot for an hour. You can do the same exact thing, say $300 for the same shoot, except you provide video as well on your GoPro. Stuff like that where not taking you a lot more time to actually edit that and do a lot more of that work, but instead you're providing more value than they are for the price, and it's not a lot more work for you. So you are actually gonna get a lot more customers from that, and people are gonna love your work even more. So that's definitely a big thing. Research the market around you. Don't undercut other photographers though, just provide more value than they are. That's the biggest tip that I would say for that. All right, the fifth and probably the most important one I would say is don't be afraid to raise your prices. So I raised my prices recently for surf photography, and I started getting more clients, better clients, easier to work with, and they actually appreciated the work that I do for them. So I used to undersell my photography a lot. I would charge like $100 for like a 1 to 2 hour shoot doing surf photography, which is just wild because my gear, some of the nicest gear you can buy, doing surf photography for 7-8 years now, so a ton of experience in surf photography, way underselling myself. And then I'd go shoot and they'd be like, oh, what is this? Like, we don't like these photos or these videos suck. And it's like, you guys are paying me $100 an hour. I'm providing good work, where I actually started charging $350 for my work now. And people love my work because they know the value that I'm providing. Or if you're undercharging, you're gonna get bad customers. You're gonna get just bad people going to your work, because that's the type of people that you're trying to get when you're underselling. Where when you're actually saying, hey, this is how much I'm worth, this is the value that I'm gonna bring you, people appreciate that, and you're gonna get so many better clients. And the right clients pay for value. So that's one of the most important things. And the wrong ones will question everything that you do, and it never works out well. And that's what I've learned and what I've heard from so many other photographers as well. So do not be afraid to raise your prices. And your pricing should reflect your growth as a photographer, your value as a photographer, and what you're providing to them. So thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful. Talked about a lot of stuff in this video, so hopefully it wasn't too much, but hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, comment down below. Let me know what you want me to talk about next as well, and have a good one.